Okay, bruh. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're about to talk about Final Mouse. I know you might be distracted from my beautiful, amazing new red and yellow samurai keycaps, but that is not the focus of this video. So I'm just gonna have to ask you the next couple minutes to pay attention. Okay, first, I am in the Final Mouse Discord. A lot of stuff prior to what they tweet on their Twitter is on the Discord. I'm gonna start by saying basic information. You might have heard that each of the mice are named after a Greek god, like legendary mouse of Zeus, legendary mouse of Achilles, legendary mouse of Hades, and legendary mouse of Ares. Those are just the versions for those colorways. The actual model of the mouse is called the Starlight 12, and there will be many iterations of it, including a phantom one, a blue one, and a raw one. And these are the magnesium alloy mouse. There's also a version of the mice and a pink anodized version that you could see in the Discord. I might throw up a picture. So, from what Final Boy said, the mouse is balanced and the wheel and PCB and most of the mouse are near the front or middle of it. It charges in 20 minutes and supposedly has a 2-month battery life. There will be 5,000 units per mouse. So that's color and size. And I don't know if that includes the Aim Gods and Final Mouse key drop winners. And then Final Boy said due to the extended amount of time on the drop, it being delayed, that they had time to put engravings on the mice. Supposedly, you can also change the debounce time of the mouse, and so far I heard there's 2 ms debounce. There's a version for 1 ms debounce, and I think 0. Don't know how that works. Supposedly, Tifu on his new Final Mouse Starlight 12, I believe he has the Zeus version with diamonds, as you could see it from his video about the Final Mouse. Supposedly, he had double clicking issues, and that would probably be due to the 20M omrons on the mouse. Supposedly, it also has the highest clicks per second, as said by Final Mouse in the Final Mouse Discord. And when talking about the clicks, Final Boy also said click force has more to do with the mouse than the switch. In the click force of this mouse is a bit heavier than the Ultralight 2 Cape Town. And so he's trying to rationalize 20M omrons on this mouse. To be honest, I don't think for $189, 20M omrons should be in the mouse. Not exactly 200, but 189. But there's probably going to be shipping, and for some people, it will be even over $200. And also, it comes with a receiver that is supposed to cause it to have really good latency over wireless, but it comes at the expense of you really needing the receiver to the point where without the receiver, it's basically like losing the mouse. Final Boy said, "Do not lose the receiver because that means a lot to your ability to use the mouse." Final Boy also made the claim that everyone will have this mouse. And he does not mean it literally like they will give away free mice, but he means it in the sense where if you afford to get one for $189, you will always make a profit. You could even get a loan and sell the mouse and have more profit after selling it. So everyone can have it, but he doesn't keep in mind that you'll need to sell it for double the price to have one and not make up the money you spent. So he says here, the mouse will make you money in theory, anyone can afford it. You could get a loan for one, repay the loan, and end up with more than you had. And someone in the Discord said, "Oh, I see. Final Boy, how much would you say this mouse is worth?" And Final Boy actually responds, "When you feel it in your hand, at least $350 to $400." And I don't know if that implies that it will be more sealed, and that it'll still have a high value after you actually touch the mouse. Like similar to how when you first get in a car, it drops by about like 10% value, I've heard. So I'm not sure if it's just that or yeah. We have a special guest in the Final Mouse Discord that likes to talk a lot about the stuff, and that is Zai, or on his YouTube, Rocket Jump Ninja, a very prominent mouse reviewer. Rocket Jump Ninja actually said that the magnesium of the mouse causes it to get colder in different temperatures. He says, and I quote, "Yeah, the legendaries feel cold. It's going to be funny during the winter," implying it's going to be cold like your surroundings. Uh, you definitely want a heater on for a while before playing, I think. They feel great after playing for a while though, because they match your hand's temperature. I really want to make this review special, so I'm going to use all the time I can to make it. So he's gonna make a good review as always about the mouse. These new mice, he actually says that this mice is far superior than the Logitech G Pro X Superlight. So that's pretty interesting. He says these new mice are so much better than anything on the market right now. If they charged 400 USD, I would have said fair enough. And he says it makes the G Pro X Superlight look like a joke. So someone in the Final Mouse Discord actually bought the Superlight for $260 for something, and I think that's a scam. But somehow they bought it for $260, and Zai actually said, "I'm sorry for your loss." And so he also says he has like a conflict of interest which mouse he's maining right now. Because he says he has a problem of having his own mouse and a small legendary right next to each other on his desk. So he doesn't know which one's better to main. And he told Mouse he wouldn't answer the question of which is better because they gave him the exclusive review and he'd be inherently biased. Because he made his mouse the Zeiss Rail, which will be released by Extrafy, I think, in a shape. He made the shape in his own hand. He says it's also the first time in ages he's actually excited about a mouse. And then Final Boy actually says it's a tad smaller than a standard Viper. It's a true medium mouse, but you can argue it's on the smaller of medium. So Final Boy has this like narrative where the Air 58 was a true large, then each mice goes down by 5%. So the medium size is 5% smaller than the Air 58, and then the smallest version, the ultralight 2 size, is 5% smaller than the medium size. And he says if your hand is wider than 7.7 centimeters, medium is the better bet. And then the weight difference between the medium and the small is about 10 grams lighter. And Rocket Jump Ninja is actually creating his own mouse pad, and he said it works well with the Starlight 12s. He says they sent them about 20 samples of fabrics to choose from, and he decided the best one out of those fabrics for the surface of his mouse pad. On top of that, the weights for the mice. For the smallest one, it's about I heard that it was about 38 to 40. And then the medium is about 44 to 47. And from the deleted Final Mouse video that's on my YouTube, uh, it's about 46 grams. Here's a size comparison. So This is the Logitech G Pro Wireless. This is the Viper Mini, and this is the Ultralight 2. So this will be the exact same size as the small version of the Starlight 12. Um, it's the hump is slightly reduced on the Ultralight 2 compared to the Viper Mini, and the Viper Mini is a little bit longer. As you can see, the G Pro Wireless, I think it would be more similar to the Air 58 shape, but the hump on the Air 58 would be a little lower. They're all ambidextrous mice, but I always prefer the side buttons on the final mouse. I believe my Viper Mini also has the original Viper optical clicks, so they're not the best. And I really dislike the Omrons in my G Pro Wireless, and I dislike their integration. And the side buttons on the G Pro Wireless are significantly reduced, um, and don't protrude as much compared to both of these mice, in my opinion. And the clicks are just much worse. Um, and also with the smaller shape, smaller size, um, you really feel like you have entire control of the mouse. Like micro adjustments are a little bit easier. Generally, just moving around with the mouse is easier. Like just moving in general. And so that's my opinion on these mice. These are all really good premium mice. If I were on a budget though, the Viper Mini has much more value with all its amazing features than any other mouse on the market. The potato shape of the G Pro wireless is it's not my favorite. I don't really like it too much. I think the hump's a little bit too big, like a potato. Logitech makes a lot of potato or egg shapes, and they need to make more reiterations of their other mice that are uh, very well accepted by the community, but they don't choose to modernize really and accept that they'll have a little bit heavier mice until they're fully behind and can make profit off of like um, releasing something like the super light when people are getting really bored in the market. That's my take on this. I think that the new mice will be fine, but Final Mouse really has to step up their game when it comes to communication and telling the truth about the drop. It's been delayed multiple times, and uh, information changes left and right. So I wish that would be more clear. They're aiming to be done May 1st after the last delay. They also said they would give the mice significantly earlier to Aim Gods winners and crate winners, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. And that's pretty much it. Actually, also, Final Mouse on Twitter, there was kind of an argument between Nacho Customs and Final Mouse, where there's really obvious instances of QC issues on some of the photos they actually provided to the public, and they were kind of really pushing back against those allegations instead of actually considering listening to feedback. So that might be something wrong, but uh, I've heard that Final Mouse customer service is pretty good. So if it actually happens on a drop, I think you'll be able to get a replacement. I'm pretty sure, but stuff like that, like integrity with the company, is not really looking too good as of now. But I've heard a lot of good things about it from like Tifu, from Rocket Jump Ninja, and he's a really good mouse reviewer. Though he plays inverted, inverted, inverted mouse aim. That's a meme. Um, and yeah, that's my take on these mice.